it's Christine, your confidence coach and your breastfeeding support worker, and I'm here in this video to share with you the truth about fore milk and hind milk and why you don't need to worry if you're giving your baby enough breast milk. Okay, so mamas out there is a lot of confusion out there as to how milk processes itself and this whole jargon with fore milk and hind milk. I just want to put your mind at rest right now. So the terms that we're using when we're using fore milk and hind milk are not actually correct, because it takes away the very fact that in hind milk, which is actually fatty milk, there is always fatty milk, there's always hind milk within your milk supply. It just depends on where there's the most of it from. So what I'm going to explain is that you don't need to use the words fore milk and hind milk, because when you think of, oh, my baby's now getting fore milk, then you don't actually realize that they're still getting the fatty milk from the hind milk, or aka hind milk, throughout the entire feed. The only difference is that, as my diagram now shows here, it should be popping up here nice and clear, is that throughout the whole feed there's different volumes of fatty milk. So when our breasts are feeling quite full in the beginning of a feed, there's still fatty milk, aka hind milk, but I'm not going to use the word hind milk anymore. I'm going to use the correct term, which is fatty milk, fat milk. There is still a quality of fatty milk in the milk during the beginning of the feed, but it's a little bit less, and it becomes more and more as the baby continues to feed, drains out the milk. Okay, as it drains out the milk, actually what happens is more fatty milk comes through. So towards the end of the feed, that's where baby's accessing a higher volume of fatty milk. So that's why it's never really a good idea to time our baby's feeds or change breasts 10 minutes each, because that could actually stop them from getting a full feed of fatty milk towards the end of the feed. So what you want to do is leave them on there and become more familiar with their sucking sounds, rather than timing how long they've been feeding for and whether you need to switch breasts or not. You want to make sure that they get a full amount on one breast, and then you can move them onto the second one afterwards, but base it on the sounds that you hear, which I'm going to go through. Okay, so familiarize yourself with the pattern. So if you are in an environment where it's quite quiet, you should be able to hear the different sounds of your baby. So when your baby's first of all on the breast and at the beginning of the feed, you'll notice that they swallow more. So they'll make swallowing sounds like, and their jaw will be quite active. You can see sometimes see their throat going up and down, and they're just kind of enjoying that volume, that higher volume of milk. Okay, and then as they progress, they'll start to pause a little bit more as they start to slowly access the fatty milk. So they're gonna kind of make us almost like a sigh noise, like almost like a sigh, and then they're going to pause a little bit more. So they'll pause and then feed some more, because obviously if you think about it, when we drink a drink, we don't just gulp it all the way down. That would just, like, we need to be able to breathe. We put it back down again, have a bit more, and that's their pausing motion. So they'll pause a little bit more and they'll sigh and just take it all in and really enjoy it. And then towards the end of the feed, they'll start to make sort of fluttering noises, a bit of moving, and a bit more pausing, and just kind of flutter and relax more. Throughout the whole feed as well, you'll see their hands relaxing and they're really enjoying it. And sometimes mums get confused and think, oh, the baby's just messing about now over my breast, or they just want to feed for fun because it looks like they're just nibbling on my nipple. But really what's happening is that they're really starting to enjoy that fatty milk, and that's where you know they're accessing that fatty milk towards the end of the feed. So it's quite a negative image to plant on them, thinking that they're just messing about or they just want comfort, because comfort is a genuine reason for wanting to breastfeed often. But also there is when they make that fluttering kind of so towards the end of the feed, it's allowing you to see that they are actually accessing the fatty milk. So taking them off 10 minutes before that or 15 minutes before that could actually prevent them from accessing the full range of fatty milk. So the main thing I want you to remember is that actually your baby's always accessing the fatty milk throughout the entire feed. It's just that towards the end of the feed, that's where they get a lot more. Towards the end, where as your breasts start to empty out, they get a lot more fatty milk. So I know I've had a few mums during our breastfeeding sessions, they say, oh, you know, my breasts always feel quite empty, I feel like I don't have enough milk. But actually that's the opposite is true. When your breast milk is full, which tends to on average be in the beginning in the morning, you know, you wake up in the morning, you fed your baby a couple times at night, but then you're quite full in the morning. That's when you have less volume of fatty milk. You have high volume of milk but less fatty milk, and then throughout the day your fatty milk supply grows and grows as your baby feeds, and then as your breasts actually empty out, as your baby drains out the milk, that's where the fatty milk comes in. So when your breasts feel empty, it's actually a great sign that your baby's accessing a lot of fatty milk. So if your baby is at a stage where they're cluster feeding because of a growth spurt, or it's just what newborns do, they cluster feed, and your breasts are continually feeling empty, that's a good sign. It means that they're constantly getting that fatty milk, Your milk doesn't even have time to refill itself because your baby's on there and getting that fatty milk consistently. So it's absolutely nothing to worry about. It's nature's way of providing for your baby. And I just want to reassure you that you are doing a great job. So allow yourself to put that timer away, not worry about how long your baby's feeding, because some babies can get access to the fatty milk in 10 minutes, some of them take half an hour. My daughter used to feed on me all the time for ages, like the whole day, every day. So honestly, babies feed all differently. Let's put that timer away. It takes away stress and anxiety, and just trust and become more in tune with the patterns of the way our baby feeds and the suckling motions, and that will give you a good guide of what the amount of milk that they're having. So let them have the full boob, full breast for as long as they need it before you swap on to the next one. Okay, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Let me know how you're getting on. I'm going to do more videos on this going forward, because I'm due to have the second baby, number 2. I'm 34 weeks pregnant. I haven't been on YouTube for ages because I was like having really intense morning sickness, like it was really hard for me to film. So I've been on Instagram a lot instead, but I do want to come back and create a series of breastfeeding. So the next video is going to be on why does my baby feed so much? How do I help? How do I get more sleep at night time? Why is my baby cluster feeding? I'm going to do loads of videos. If you've got any videos in particular you want me to record, leave them in the comments below and I will make them for you. And just hang in there, keep doing what you're doing, and I will see you next week. And please don't forget to subscribe. Mwah.